we have to understand all these accounting standards one by one. So what is the first accounting standard? So accounting standard first, that's disclosure of the accounting policies. Okay, so as per the accounting standard first, we can understand how we can disclose all our financial statement at one place and how we have to present our financial statements. All these things we can understand with the help of accounting standard first. समझ रहे हैं? अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड फर्स्ट से हमें पता चलता है कि हम हमारे फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स कैसे बनाएंगे, उसे हम लोग कैसे प्रेजेंट करेंगे और हाउ वी कैन शो ऑल दिस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ आवर बिजनेस एट वन प्लेस. ऑल सच काइंड ऑफ द थिंग्स वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड फर्स्ट, disclosure of the accounting policies. Okay, then the second accounting standard, that's valuation of the inventories. Okay, what is the second accounting standard? Your accounting standard second is your valuation of inventories. So first understand what is the meaning of this word inventories. So what is the inventories? Inventories means the stock which are available in your business, okay, or the stock which you produce and still in your godown, it comes under the category of your inventories. समझ रहे हैं? आपके जो स्टॉक है, जो स्टॉक बचा हुआ है, उसे हम लोग क्या करेंगे? इन्वेंटरी. So now as per accounting standard second, how we can valuation of our inventories? हमारे इन्वेंटरीज की हम लोग वैल्यूएशन कैसे करेंगे और हमें कौन बताता है? अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड सेकंड. So as per the accounting standard second, we can make the valuation of our inventories based on this assumption. Suppose if the historical cost of your stock is rupees 50,000. What is the meaning of historical cost? You know that. What is the historical cost? Historical cost means the cost at which you purchase that particular thing. Means suppose the production cost is rupees 50,000, so it's become your historical cost of your stock. समझ रहे हैं? मगर आपका जो cost price है, cost price कितना है आपका? 50,000 rupees. Okay, and the market price is rupees 55,000. And market price is rupees 50,000. समझ रहे हैं? आपका historical cost is rupees 50,000 and market price is rupees 55,000. Okay, so how we can record now this stock in our books of account? So as per accounting standard second, we have to record our stock price in our balance sheet or in the books of account as is historical cost and not as is market price. समझ रहे हैं? मतलब हमारे पास जो स्टॉक पड़ा हुआ है, उस स्टॉक की अमाउंट हम लोग हमारे बिजनेस में या बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में किस कॉस्ट पे लिखेंगे? तो हमेशा हम किस पे लिखेंगे? हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट पे लिखेंगे. जो मार्केट प्राइस है वो मार्केट प्राइस के ऊपर कभी भी नहीं लिखेंगे. समझ रहे हैं? When we record the value of our stock in our books of accounts, we have to record it at which price? Always record it as historical cost and we cannot record on the market price. Okay, so now understand accounting standard third, and the accounting standard third is your cash flow statements. Okay, accounting standard third is your cash flow statements. Okay, so now first understand what is a cash flow statement. Okay, cash flow statement is the periodical review of your business organizations by which you can understand how much actually cash comes in your business and how much actually cash goes out from your business and how much actual profit you earn for that particular period or if there is a loss occurred in that particular period. समझ रहा है? So understand once again what is this cash flow statements. Cash flow statement हमें क्या बताती है कि एक particular period of time के लिए कितनी कैश हमारे बिजनेस में आती है और कितनी कैश हमारे बिजनेस से चली गई, ये सब चीजें हमसे किससे पता चलेंगे? So cash flow statement and we can prepare cash flow statement as per the rules and regulations of the accounting standard third. So with the help of accounting standard third, we can easily understand the cash flow in our business. Okay, understand what is the meaning of cash flow? We have to understand how much cash actually comes into the business and how much cash goes out from the business, and based on all these assumptions we have to find out a particular profit or there is a loss in that particular period, and all this treatment we have to done as per the accounting standard third. Okay, as per the provisions of accounting standard third, we have to make all such kind of the treatment for that cash flow statement. Then this next accounting standard 6 is your depreciation accounting. What is the accounting standard 6? Accounting standard 6 is your depreciation accounting. So now first understand what is the meaning of this word depreciation. Okay, what is the meaning of this word depreciation? So what is the depreciation? When you purchase any kind of the fixed assets, okay, it's not necessary the value of that assets remains same year by year. समझ रहा है? अगर हम कौन सी भी एसेट्स परचेस करेंगे तो ऐसे नहीं होता कि उसकी जो वैल्यू है वैल्यू हो हमेशा के लिए सेम रहेगी। मींस सपोज इन ईयर 2015, in year 2015 I purchased the machinery for rupees 60,000. Okay, in year 2015 I purchased the machinery for rupees 60,000 and now in accounting year 2020. So understand what is the concept. मैं क्या बता रहा हूँ, मैंने 2015 में एक मशीनरी परचेस की एंड द कॉस्ट ऑफ दैट मशीनरी इज रुपीज 60,000। अगर 2015 में मैंने जो मशीनरी परचेस की थी उसकी कॉस्ट कितनी थी? 60,000 रुपीज। सो 2020 में भी उसकी कॉस्ट उतनी ही रहेगी क्या? ओके, तो उसका आंसर क्या आएगा? नहीं। अगर 2015 को मैंने जो मशीनरी परचेस की थी 60,000 को अगर मैं 2020 में बेचने जाऊंगा तो उसकी प्राइस मुझे 60,000 नहीं मिलने वाली। डेफिनेटली द प्राइस गोइंग टू reduce or price going to decline year by year and this is the concept of your depreciation. Okay, what is the concept of depreciation? As per the concept of depreciation, the cost price of your fixed assets going to decline year by year. हर साल आपके fixed assets की cost क्या होती जाएगी? Decline होती जाएगी और उसके लिए कौन सी ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे वो हमें कौन बताएगा? Accounting Standard 6 provide us guidelines under the category of the depreciation accounting how we going to reduce the cost of our assets year by year. Okay, so in our 11th syllabus we are having the two methods for the depreciation and that's straight line method and the written down value method, and we also having a separate topic regarding depreciation in our 11th standard, so that time you can easily understand what is the actual concept of this depreciation. Okay, but now your knowledge purpose always remember what is the concept of depreciation. As per the concept of depreciation, the value of your fixed asset going to decline or reduce year by year. It cannot remain same at which you purchase that fixed asset. Next accounting standard, that's accounting standard 8, accounting for research and development. Okay, accounting standard 8, what? Accounting for research and development. So now what is the research and development? All of you know that the research and development is a very important department of any kind of the business organizations. Okay, and in the research and development department we always try to innovate a new thing. ओके, हम नए चीजें जो है जो नया डेवलपमेंट जो है नया डेवलपमेंट किससे ला सकते हैं? विद द हेल्प ऑफ रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट. व्हाई? बिकॉज़ योर बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आल्सो हेल्प टू मेक सर्टेन चेंजेस एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ योर मार्केट. You have to make certain changes in your organization as per the changes made by your rival companies. Okay, आपके जो competitors है, competitors जैसे changes करेंगे आपको भी business में करना पड़ेगा. Okay, that's why we have to understand or you have to find out new things. You have to innovate the new things and you can innovate the new things in this which department? Research and the development department. Okay, but the process of your research or process of your development you cannot make without of the money. समझ रहे हैं? आप रिसर्च करो, डेवलप करो, डेवलपमेंट करो, आप पैसे के बगैर ये सब चीजें नहीं कर सकते. समझ रहे हैं? रिसर्च और डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए भी आपको क्या लगेगा? पैसा. So now the question arises how we can manage this money. So definitely we have to manage the money from your business organization. So as per the accounting for research development standard, means accounting standard 8, all the expenses which are occurred for this research and development process, you have to show the expense of your business. समझ रहे हैं? आपको अपने बिजनेस का एक्सपेंस उसे दिखाना पड़ेगा, आपको अलग से नहीं बना सकते. आपको you have to show as a expense for your business. Understand? समझ रहे हैं? What is the accounting standard 8? As per the accounting standard 8, accounting for research and development, all the expenses which are occurred for this research and development process, you have to show as an expense of your business. So now next standard, that accounting standard 9, revenue recognition. Okay, what is accounting standard 9? Revenue recognition. Okay, so as per the accounting standard 9, this revenue recognition is related to your profit and loss account. Okay, this accounting standard is related to your profit and loss account. So what is the profit and loss account? In the profit and loss account we always show all the expenses and the income of your business. Okay, means all the indirect expenses and the indirect income. So what is the indirect expenses and the indirect income? Indirect expenses are those expenses which are not directly related to your production process, okay, or not related to your factory. Okay, all such kind of the expenses comes under the category of the indirect expenses. And what is the direct income? The indirect income is the income which is arises from the your offices or another things, it's not directly related to your factory. समझ रहे हैं? मतलब अगर आप सेल्स कर रहे हो तो सेल्स क्या हो रहा है, फैक्ट्री से जो आप प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो कुछ उससे सेल्स कर रहे हो तो उसे हम लोग क्या कहेंगे, डायरेक्ट इनकम। जो सेल्स करके जो पैसा आ रहा है उसे हम लोग क्या कहेंगे, डायरेक्ट इनकम। क्यों? क्योंकि वो डायरेक्टली फैक्ट्री से रिलेटेड है। मगर आपको अगर कमीशन मिल रहा है, you make various kind of the investment in, suppose you receive the interest on that, you receive the dividend on the investment made by you in the shares, so all such kind of the things comes under the category of the indirect income, means the income which are not directly related to your production process. Okay, so as per the revenue recognition concept, all the expenses and all the income which you are going to record in your profit and loss account, you have to record as per all the expenses and income occurs due to your business transactions of your enterprise. समझ रहे हैं? Revenue recognition concept. Already we learned one concept, that's the revenue and the income. Okay, so what is the basic difference between the revenue and the income? In the revenue you can calculate only those things which are comes from your business transactions, and the income you can record all the things from your various activities. Okay, but from the revenue concept we have to record only the income which are come from your day-to-day business activity. So as per the revenue recognition concept, when you prepare the profit and loss account, so in the profit and loss account you have to record the expenses and the incomes which are occurred due to your business activities. Next accounting standard is accounting standard 10, accounting for fixed assets. Okay, what is the next accounting standard? Accounting standard 10, accounting for fixed assets. Okay, and all of you familiar with the concept of the fixed assets. So what is the fixed assets? Fixed assets are those assets from which we can get benefit for long period of time. Okay, and definitely we use such kind of the fixed assets in our day-to-day business activities. Suppose if there is a machinery, so definitely you are going to use that machinery for your production purpose. If there is a furniture, definitely you are going to use that furniture for your office purpose or all these things. Then what is the meaning of that? If you purchase the fixed assets, you are going to use that fixed assets on the daily basis. समझ रहे हैं? Daily आप activities में उसका use करेंगे. Suppose there is a machinery, so definitely we are going to use that machinery for day to day. Okay, means when we use such kind of the fixed assets for long period of time, so definitely the efficiency of such kind of the fixed assets going to decline year by year. समझ रहे हैं? अगर हम हमेशा daily उसे use करेंगे तो उसकी efficiency थोड़ी सी कम होगी. Means for example, suppose if I purchase the machinery, okay, and after 5 years I cannot get the same result which I get at the first year of that machinery. समझ रहे हैं? मतलब फर्स्ट साल जो मशीनरी से मुझे जितना रिजल्ट मिल रहा था वो 5th साल के बाद नहीं आएगा. Okay, definitely I can get the maintenance problem. Definitely that machinery can use the higher electricity compared to the first year. मतलब उसका maintenance बढ़ेगा, उसके electricity की powers ज्यादा उससे लगेगी. मतलब you cannot use that fixed asset same efficiently year by year. Okay, जैसा आपको फर्स्ट साल में रिजल्ट मिल रहा था वही रिजल्ट आपको year by year नहीं मिलेगा. Means what? Because of the use of continuously such kind of the fixed asset, the efficiency of that fixed asset is going to decline year by year. So that's why, like the accounting standard 6 of the depreciation, you have to show the value of fixed assets in your balance sheet, and then you have to decline the price of that fixed asset in the balance sheet year by year. समझ रहा है? मतलब जैसे मशीनरी की मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया था कि 2015 में अगर 60,000 वैल्यू दिखेगी तो 2020 में वो नहीं दिखेगी. Means you have to reduce the value of your fixed assets year by year. Why? Because now you cannot use that fixed asset that much efficiently which you used earlier. Okay, and when that your fixed assets now fixed assets is not most useful for your business, or if you are not receiving such kind of the benefit from your fixed asset, so you have to dispose or you have to remove that fixed assets from your business organization. मतलब आपकी जो फिक्स असेट्स है वो फिक्स असेट्स आप जब रन करोगे और जब कोई कुछ साल के बाद अगर आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि उस असेट से अगर आपको एक्सपेक्टेड रिटर्न्स नहीं आ रहे तो आप उसको एफिशिएंटली यूज नहीं कर रहे हो, सो यू हैव टू रिमूव दैट असेट्स फ्रॉम योर बिजनेस और यू हैव टू डिस्पोज दैट असेट्स फ्रॉम योर बिजनेस. आपको अपने बिजनेस से क्या करनी पड़ेगी, असेट्स निकाल देनी पड़ेगी, आपके बैलेंस शीट में नहीं दिखेगी when you are not get the expected returns from that fixed assets. So as per the accounting standard 10, accounting for the fixed assets means what? You have to reduce the value of your fixed assets year by year, and after some period of time when that asset is not much useful for your business or you cannot get the expected returns from that fixed assets, you have to dispose or remove that assets from your business organization. Then accounting standard 12, accounting for government grants. Okay, accounting standard 12, accounting for government grants. What is the meaning of government grants? Government grants means such amount given by the government to your business organization for a specific purpose. समझ रहे हैं? Government grants means क्या? आपके business organizations को कुछ अगर grant government दे रहे, मतलब government आपके business को क्या करती है? कुछ पैसे provide करती है जिससे आप आपके business में कर सकते हो. Means suppose if your business make the business activities regarding the various policies of your government, and suppose the government provides the grants for you for such kind of the activities, such kind of the business activities, in that case you have to also comply all the conditions which are required to your government. समझ रहे हैं? अगर आप गवर्नमेंट की कोई पॉलिसी के हिसाब से बिजनेस रन कर रहे हो और गवर्नमेंट उसके लिए अगर आपको कोई grants provide कर रहा है, so you also have to comply with all the conditional things which are required to the government. So उस समय गवर्नमेंट के जो आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है, जो आपके कंडीशंस चाहिए, वो आप सबको वो कंडीशंस आपको उसे देनी पड़ेगी. तो as per the accounting for government grants, if your business organization receive any kind of the grant from the commission, so your responsibility of your business organization, you have to comply with all the conditions which are required to the government. Then we have to learn the next concept, that's accounting standard 13. Next standard, accounting standard 13, accounting for investment. Next accounting standard 13, accounting for investment. Okay, so first understand what is the investment. Basically investments are the two types. First one is the current investment and the second one is the long term investment. Okay, so what is the current investments? Current investments are those investments which we can convert it into the cash within a year, and the long term investments are those investments from which we get the benefit for long period of time, or we get the benefit after some period of time. Okay, so as per this accounting standard 13, first upon all your investment, means it is a current investment or long term investment, first you have to disclose all the investment in your book of the accounts. Okay, समझ रहे हैं? As per accounting standard 13, if you make any kind of the investment, means it's a current investment or it is a long term investment, all such kind of the investment you have to disclose in your books of accounts. समझ रहे हैं? आप कौन सी भी इन्वेस्टमेंट करो, लॉन्ग टर्म करो, शॉर्ट टर्म करो, आपको वो सब इन्वेस्टमेंट आपको बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में दिखानी पड़ेगी. Okay, so as per the accounting standard 13, when you show the current investment in your book of account, so you can show the cost of that investment in your book account at its cost price or market price. You can record it at any kind of the price. समझ रहे हैं? मतलब अगर आप करंट असेट्स को दिखा रहे हो तो आप उसकी जो कॉस्ट प्राइस या फेयर वैल्यू उसमें किसी भी वैल्यू में आपको दिखा सकते हो. फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज इफ यू मेक द इन्वेस्टमेंट, आपने किसी प्रॉपर्टी में शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है, एंड सपोज यू एक्चुअली इन्वेस्टेड the 50,000 rupees. Okay, if you invested rupees 50,000, and now suppose if you sold that investment right now, and suppose you can earn the amount 60 on the investment, if there is a profit of rupees 10,000, so when you recorded all this current asset, means okay, I am talking about the current assets or the short term investment, you can show at its cost price or market price in the books of accounts. Okay, you can show your current asset at a cost price or market price in the books of accounts. Okay, but when you recorded long term investment in your books of accounts, so as per accounting standard 13, you have to always show its cost price. Means suppose there is also another investment of rupees 50,000, you make this investment of rupees 50,000 in the long term investment category, and suppose current price or now the market value of that long term investment is rupees 60,000. So as per accounting standard 13, you cannot show this 60,000 in the books of accounts. Okay, what is the rule for long term investment? You always have to show that long term investment at its cost price in the books of accounts. Okay, समझ रहे हैं? फिर से समझ लीजिए. Basically two types of investments are there. What is the investment? Current assets, current investments, and the long term investment. Okay, so current investment means the short term investments, means in which you can get the benefit for short period of time or within a year, and the long term investments are those investments from which you get benefit after some period of time. So what is the rule? How you can record its price in your books of account? So what is the rule for current assets? You can record the value of your current asset or your current investment at cost price or market price. अब cost price market price में से कौन सी भी वैल्यू लिख सकते हो, but when you recorded the long term investment in the books of account, so always you have to record its cost price and you cannot record its market price in the books of accounts. The next and the last accounting standard is accounting standard 22, That's accounting for taxes on income. Okay, accounting standard 22, accounting for taxes on income. Okay, so tax, I think all of you familiar with this concept of the tax. Okay, every person, okay, or the company or the business organization have to pay a specific tax on the income which they earn. Okay, so as per this accounting standards 22nd, when your business organization make the payment of tax, so first they also always consider or determine how much total net profit they earn in this particular accounting period, or if they lost or if they occurred any kind of the losses in that accounting year. Based on that, they have to make the payment of this taxation. समझ रहा है? Tax is a very important thing for our nation, our country, and the person or the business organization definitely have to pay the tax. Okay, but what is the condition? The amount of tax totally depends upon the how much profit you earn in that particular accounting period. Okay, that's why as per the accounting standard 22, when you make the payment of the taxation for your business organization, first you have to understand or first you have to determine how much total profit you earn in that particular accounting period, or if there is any kind of the loss in that particular accounting period, and then only you can make the payment of that such kind of tax, or you can make the calculation of the taxes based upon the how much profit or you earn in that accounting year, or if there is a loss for your business organization in this accounting year. Okay, so your first topic is over. Okay, in this first topic we learn the various basic concepts regarding the accountancy, and these are the various accounting standards by which we can make the financial statements, or with the help of these accounting standards we can perform the various business activities of your business organization. So